Corona doesn't even exist, right? It's just overhyped up and it's just a flu and it's gonna go away really quickly, right? Actually, no, that's all wrong. And I'm saying that because I went through it. So it all started when my sister started to feel really unwell, and because she had most of the symptoms, we got her test done and she was positive. When we got to know that, it felt like a storm just struck our house. Thankfully, she recovered really quickly because she was healthy, and since she was stable, with the doctor's advice to isolate her at home, so we did that. The next day, I began to feel really weak and feverish, and I also had a cough. So I got my test done, and as expected, it was also positive. So after 2 days of home isolation, my symptoms got worse and I had a cough to a point where I couldn't breathe at all. So we rushed to the hospital and they checked my vitals, took my x-ray and blood test and all that. And at least after 4 hours of waiting, the doctor said they were going to admit me in an isolation room. I, a 14-year-old girl, was terrified, but my parents explained why it was necessary for my health to be in doctor's supervision. So after waiting 2 more hours and getting 4 needles poked into my arms, it was time to move to the isolation room. I was really scared. The corridor to the room felt like a horror movie. So at 4 a.m., when I got to my room, there was another lady in that room. She was really old and unstable, and she was attached to many machines. So at this point, I was terrified. I was on call with my dad and I was crying a lot. I felt like this time would never pass. I did not sleep all night and stayed on call with anyone possible because I was just so scared. My mom and dad were awfully worried and I was really unwell. After getting countless injections and drips, I was finally discharged after 3 days and remained in home isolation for a week. This time was extremely difficult for me and my family, and it was really hard to stay strong. I began to feel hopeless and depressed. But from this experience, I got a lot braver. I couldn't even get my blood test done without my parents by my side, but after this, I got many injections and went through it. I just have a request. Don't spread false information on the internet. It can affect someone's life and health really badly. I, who believed the virus was nothing but a flu, I didn't take it seriously at all. And I guess I learned my lesson. All those of you who were infected and who are going through a hard time, and those of you who are going into depression because of this, it's just gonna get better. It's gonna get better.